Welcome to the Raff and Raff rant. I'm Raff.
And I'm Raff. We're Raff.
Raff Farisco of the Far From Vesuvius podcast. That's Ralph Pizarro of Calcio Napoli Club. Just rant about Napoli.
Let's go for it.
We're going to rant. We're going to match report. We're going to talk about the games. We're going to talk about topics. You leave comments and we'll read your comments out. Question.
All right. Quick stats.
Yes. Throw the stats up there. On to a nice little segment that we're going to call the Beast of the Match.
Who's beasting it for the Napoli team? Let's see.
Follow us on Facebook, Rafael Rispo, Ralph Pizarro, Twitter at RafaNapoli83. That's me.
CNC USA 26.
I want some feedback to the show. What do you guys want to see? What do you want to see more and less of? This is going to be a show for you guys too. I want a lot of comments.
We want to rant about something. Let us know if you want us to rant about something.
I promise you, we're not going to agree on everything all the time.
We won't.
We're going to yell at each other every now and then.
Come and rant. This is what it's for. We want to give you a space to let loose so you can do it here.
Well, that's going to do it, Ralph. You know, were we boring enough for you?
I don't know. I think we were great.
Let's get to it.
And benvenuti, fellas and bellas. Welcome back once again to the Raff and Raff Rant post-game show. Hello again to Joe Fischetti and Rafa. We've been here all day watching this game. We've been here with the viewers. Shout out to all the viewers, man. Hello, Gaetano. I have too much to say to type. Napoli draw Inter today, 1-1. Lots of mixed emotions. We have a lot of different feedback coming from so many different places, guys. But before we get to the rant, before we get to everybody, we're going to run through these stats real quick. All right, boys? So bear with me. Hang on. All right, let's get the party going. Today, we saw that lineup again, guys. Here is a updated lineup with the correct players. Maximovic, Manolas. I get them confused. They both start with M. You know how it goes. But Osimhen with an N. Up there, we had 4 changes today. Mertens comes in the 74th minute. Then we had Elmas for Zielinski, Hisa for Politano, and Bakayoko for Fabian Ruiz today, and their respective match ratings by FootMob. Moving on to the stats, guys. 56% possession. Say that 3 times fast. For Napoli, as Inter hold 44. Chances were 9-7. 5 yellow cards for Napoli today. 2 for Inter. 3 corner kicks. Again, corner kick. I forgot that they had corner kicks today. Napoli are underwhelming lately. 3 for Inter. Pass percentage up there for Napoli, 93%, 88 respective for Inter. Moving on to shots, guys. 12 total shots for Napoli, 10 for Inter. 6 missed shots, both teams. 1 on target. Was that Handanovic's target? I don't know, but 2 for Inter.
That might have been the crossbar.
Gotcha. Might have been the crossbar. But either way, 5 blocked for Napoli, 2 for Inter, guys. All right. Man, Joe, Ralph. I mean, not too bad. It was still 1-1, right? I mean, we tied. We spoke about the first half. We spoke about the first half and a halftime a little bit. Overall, what was your opinion, Rafa? I'll start with you. This time. We'll give Joey a little break.
I think we played all right. I really think we held our own. The goal notwithstanding by Eriksson. Fantastic shot from him outside the box. Manolas did everything he could to clear that one out. Not really much you can do. It was a perfectly placed shot. Meret had nothing. Nulla di fare, nothing you could do. But aside from that, I think Napoli really did play well. They held them, like I said. Defense did their thing. We created a lot of chances towards the end, especially when Mertens came in. I'm overall, I'm happy with the result. I know we, would have fancied a win a lot more than a draw. But yeah, we took care of business, I think.
Joe, I'll give you a minute. Hang on. I want to address something. All right. I'll give you a second. I'll take you off the air real quick and fix this. All right. Okay. Joe will be right with us, guys. Raff, I'm with you, but I want to address one of the comments here by Jonathan Bestford, our man, who, by the way, is responsible for this post game. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Can we start with this, please? Jonathan says, did Reno get this approach wrong to the start? Second half, we look completely different team for large periods of that half.
I don't think he got the approach wrong, guys. I really think that he did what he had to do to not lose the match, and that was important. I know that we had Nima on here.
Keyword.
Uh,
Coming back
yeah,
to that, Rafa. To
yeah,
not
we
lose.
had Nima on here for the post, the preview review, and whatever you want to call that.
A
And
preview.
he said, in his opinion, Napoli need to pick up 6 points to make a real run at this Champions League between the next 2 games, which is today and Lazio. But in my opinion, I think a draw really does suit this match. I mean, look, we face an Inter that came in that won 11 in a row, barely gave up goals, and we got the first goal on them. We drew first blood, and we came away with a point. And you know what? It's only our 3rd draw of the season. I feel like earlier in the season we lose this match, and we did not capitulate, and that was most important. And I don't think Reno got this wrong at all. I think he played it very well, and we definitely could have had another goal or two. We really could have. Listen, not the best result, but not the worst result by far.
Joe, I know you stepped out for a second, but the question was from Jonathan is, did Reno get this approach wrong to the start of the second half? That was the question on air.
I don't think he did. I mean, I get the question because Inter looked like the better side for, let's say, the first part of the second half, and they had to be a bit more aggressive because we were winning. I don't have an issue with our general approach to this match at all, and I know we'll get into that a bit more, but we need to remember Inter's won 9-10 games in a row. I think they've gotten clean sheets in 9 out of 13, something crazy like that. I think Nima mentioned that on your last show. Mm-hmm. So to take a draw here from the team that is by far first in the league is not a bad result. Yeah. Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. I think we're and another thing on Gattuso, I feel like whenever we don't get a result we like, it's all on Gattuso. But then when we do well, I don't hear too many people giving him praise. I know there are a lot of times where we get good results from sort of individual moments of brilliance, but that goal against Sampdoria, unless we want to call it 5 individual moments of brilliance stringed together, which is really good team play, I didn't hear too many people giving Gattuso credit for that. So, if you want to criticize Gattuso, let's give him credit where it's due to, and I don't think this was a bad result at all.
Well, guys, if I can just chime in now about this, overall, I don't blame Gattuso certainly for not winning or what have you. I actually thought the team looked pretty good today. I thought we gave Inter a good game. I thought Napoli looked all right, but I wasn't quite satisfied. One of my favorite players out there was Zielinski today. He was okay. He wasn't terrible, but he was. I think he wasn't the Zielinski that can win us a game today. And I've been complaining a whole lot the whole season about the lack of creativity in the middle of the field up front and how we feed our strikers. I looked today, and there was a lot of people bitching about Ozinem. Ozinem had 10 touches the whole game. He needs more. He needs more feeding. I'm sorry. The team looked all right. Gattuso, he did okay. I think he lined up a good squad. However, it was painfully obvious to me and a bunch of people that we needed just a little bit more guys in the middle today. We needed just a little bit creativity. We needed a little bit more feeding. We weren't getting that. We weren't feeding Ozinem, like I said. And he wasn't effective. And I think we could have really brought it to Inter today. I think we could have got the win today. And I was a little upset at Gattuso for that. But that only. I would have liked to – and I mean, come on. You make one switch in the 75th minute, and then all the rest of them come in the 80th. I know – now I'm not saying Bakayoko and all that, but still – don't you think he could have done something a little bit earlier to kind of like change the game? When Ancelotti was here, and I'm not trying to compare the two, but I remember the one thing I liked about Ancelotti. Like, I'm not talking about what happened with the mutiny and all that, but one thing, when he saw players not performing to the best of their ability, he needed to change the game. Those things happened immediately, and the game changed. Do you think, am I wrong, am I right, or how much do you agree or disagree? Because I think this is the biggest complaint about Gattuso as far as this game goes. All right. I don't want to, again, not trying to knock a coach, but I felt that a little bit more creativity we need in the middle of the field today. And I think that Mertens should have came in much earlier, and I don't think he should have came in for Osimhen. I think he should have came in for Zielinski today in the 65th minute at max, maybe earlier.
I think you have a point when it comes to Mertens coming in for Zielinski, and I think you have a point for feed Osimhen, and we've seen that Mertens and Osimhen can link up well together. So I was a little bit perplexed at that as well, but honestly, without Lozano available today, and your only real options in the midfield were Bakayoko and God, dare I say it, Lobotka. It's like people say, dare I say Bakayoko, but I say, dare I say Lobotka. I get the Husai change pretty late, but I get it. I get the changes being late today because I think that the 11 that started plus Mertens that came in really did well. And I don't think anyone really deserved the substitution, maybe except for Zielinski. So maybe Zielinski off for Elmas, maybe at the same time as Mertens. Possibly should have happened, but at the same time, Napoli were still creating up until maybe, the 88th minute, the 89th minute. And I think it's fair to criticize Gattuso when it comes to the changes made today, but I think it's also fair to praise him for holding the champions elect to a 1-1 draw at home, where we desperately needed to not lose this one. If we had lost this match, we would effectively, our Champions League dream would seriously be over. And I think that has to do with mentality and confidence in the players as well. We came away with a point. I think the players will be okay. I think they'll rebound great for Thursday afternoon. Atalanta played Roma, which Roma are going to get decimated, but hopefully Roma realize that they have to win a few games too, and then Juve play Parma, which is very difficult for us to say. Hopefully Juve can get a point, points taken away from Parma, because Parma has just been shambolic and throw away everything. But their schedules are more difficult than ours is. So I think a draw today is good for the attitude and the morale of the players. Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at, I agree that we were playing not to lose, and I think Inter were playing not to lose, and you can see that from how Inter set up. Look, we all know about Gattuso's tactics or lack thereof. You can't expect all of a sudden that the same squad that's been playing like this for 30 match days is suddenly going to start playing tiki-taka football, triangles all over the place. Inter played a 5-3-2 at the back. I mean, there was nowhere to go. There was 5 defenders. The midfielders were staying central, and they were just kind of forcing us to keep the ball on the outside and, dare us to cross the ball in, knowing they have those big 3 center backs. So, there's not a whole lot that we could have done. Would bringing Mertens and Elmas in 15 minutes earlier made it that big of a difference? I don't know. I mean, I can appreciate that complaint if we waited until after Inter scored a second goal and then we made those changes, fine, but they didn't. And, the way Inter play, to me, again, this comes back to what Gaetano was alluding to in the chat, and I think we'll talk about it. But I guess it really comes down to what you felt we needed to do in this match. If you felt this was a must win, then I can appreciate why people would say we needed to throw more at Inter. I don't subscribe to that view, and we can disagree on that. That's fine. People have different opinions. For me, because I don't feel like this was a must-win game, I don't think it was worth the risk to go full-blown attack on Inter, knowing how dangerous their counterattack is, and risk conceding at the other end. We all talked about how important that single point was that we got back from the appeal against Juventus. Well, that's the same situation here. Do we want to give up that single point in this game against Inter, who's already won the Scudetto, just, to take a chance at the 3 points? And again, my view is no, it's not worth the risk. I think it's probably more worth the risk in the next game, but I can see why other people might disagree with that.
I mean, guys, but 3 posts, right towards the first half. I mean, I think we had a little bit of luck on our side too. It wasn't so much all of Gattuso's strategy. I mean,
No, we
got a little bit
and
lucky. We got a little bit lucky.
Yeah.
and you know,
Both teams,
it's
I think,
about
got a little
damn
bit lucky.
time. You know what I mean?
Right.
We don't
No, I
get
agree,
lucky often, and sometimes teams need some luck. You know, it can't be all beautiful football, you know, winning football all the time. Sometimes you got to get a little lucky. We got lucky with the goal. We went ahead. You know, we deserved it because we pushed hard and Insigne put in a nice cross, but we got lucky with the goal. Oh, well, teams get lucky. You know what I mean? And honestly, we got unlucky with the crossbar. Inter got unlucky, very unlucky with Lukaku's tip and hit the crossbar in the first half. So I'm okay. I'm okay with it, you know, and thanks to a bit of luck, we have a point and we're not out of it. It's just
Right.
You can't look at this. I understand where Nima's point was coming from. 6 points and you're definitely, you know, likely to make the Champions League, but 4 points from Inter and Lazio after last season, we lost both games, would be great. So now we just got to go do it against Lazio. We won't have Deme because he got his yellow card. And that's going to suck because we got to probably play Bakayoko unless we decide to put Fabian Zielinski double pivot, which to me is a little too attacking against Lazio, but we're going to have to figure it out. And I think this time we can, though. I think we can. With Lozano coming back and with Politano being able to come off the bench if he doesn't start or vice versa, you know, hey, we are still in control of our destiny. We have to win. We have to win this one. This next match against Lazio is a must win.
I think
because they also have the match at hand against Torino coming up whenever they decide to reschedule that. But that's got to be soon. And if we don't win this one and Lazio win, then we're in trouble.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes it's, in my opinion, I feel like we give Gattuso too much leeway. I think we give him too much. I think we were hard on him a whole lot, but I think we're a little bit soft on him today. And no, today maybe wasn't a must win. And I don't want to seem like I'm not appreciative of the point of the tie and the performance of the team. And but I would have liked to see Napoli close the deal today, and not just for the points, but to send a message that we could do it. We could beat top teams. We could take the game. I think winning today for Gattuso would have made a much better case for him on defending him and say what he can bring for this team. And again, he's had a hard time all season. I will say that we give him a hard time. But today, I would have liked to see a win. Today, I would have liked to see Mertens come in sooner. Today, I would have liked to see Zielinski, who I have defended ever since I got on top of a microphone here. I have defended that man. He's gotten beast match over here. Speaking of which, we're going to have one soon. But yes, I will take all the positives in the world. I will take all of them, and I'm happy and I'm appreciative. But I was a little bit, not quite as satisfied today with the end result. I think Napoli could have won this game. I think Inter was playing a little safe, like you said, Joey. Everybody was kind of like not as much aggressive, I feel like, you know what I mean? If those are the right words, but I don't know. I would have liked to see a little bit more. But how about we do a beast match, guys? Let's do that, and we can talk about what we saw, because this beast match is important, because I think it's an important aspect of our performance today. So let's go to town, guys. What do you say? Do it. Hang tight. Yes, guys, boom. It was boom. This was a consensus down the board here. This is the Raff and Joe choice. Manolas for beast of the match today, guys. Anybody? Let's get Joe. Take it away here with the beast of the match. Tell me a little bit something about it. I thought the guy did great, and I think him showing up today really help Koulibaly and the rest of the defense hold Inter at bay. You want to give a quick 1 minute analysis on his?
Yeah, I excuse me. I thought he was excellent. You know, this guy's gotten a lot of flack lately. He's hasn't been his best season by any stretch. He's made some costly mistakes, I think that a
Sometimes
lot
it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
Mhm.
yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with the lack of consistent playing time with all the injuries and everything. But today he was a beast. There were a few occasions where he bailed out Koulibaly, and don't get me wrong, Koulibaly was fantastic the way he marked Lukaku. But Manolas stepped up. He made there was one slide tackle he made on Lukaku after he got past Koulibaly, and I was nervous about Koulibaly picking up a second yellow. We've seen that this season as well. So I thought Manolas stepped up with a big game. He also, unfortunately, Eriksson scored, but he made a good interception on that play as well.
Yeah, I fully agree, Mono. I mean, listen, Koulibaly played a great game, and I think he got the highest rating on FootMob, but Manolas for
He did.
me was a was a fantastic performance from him when a lot of people were a little bit nervous to have him on the pitch, and maybe we're calling for Rahmani, but the slide tackle on Lukaku, he, and it was more than just that. He was just in. He was all in. Him and Koulibaly, like I said, the two of them together, just the best CB that you can find in Europe when they're on. Like, you know what I mean? When they're not injured, when they're both playing at their 100%, there's no better duo in the midfield and the defense, if you ask me, in the middle.
And
of
he
the
was
defense.
fired up today too. Did you see he got
got right in Hakimi's face, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Jerry Mancini into his ass. Koulibaly was really good tonight. What up, Jerry?
What's up?
Jerry might be on soon, right? Jerry, we made a deal here. Jerry might come on for the post match Lazio. I think. Yeah, we're gonna work that out.
We'll get that worked out. But yeah, I mean, for me, the defense did its job. Mario Rui even played pretty well. I don't have anything to say bad about him.
Put this on the record.
He did pretty good. Lazio going to get killed, but Lazio killed Benevento today 5-3. They beat the crap out of them. So that was when I was hoping for Lazio to drop some points on. But what are you going to do?
And Jerry's figured out how to score again. So
that's right, he did. That's right, he did. And you see, and this brings me this, and I'm gonna go back, and I know we're talking about our beast, but this brings me back to what we talked about earlier, Raff, and you're talking about Gattuso and his his not getting the win today was maybe a negative, but the positives. Let's look at the positives. Me, okay. Mr. Positivity.
You're
right?
Mr. Positivity.
Roma. Milan last season, we took the 3 points against Roma for the Maradona tribute, 4-0. We lost to Milan 3-1 before that, right? And then Inter and Lazio, we lost both of those games, right? Mm-hmm. This season, we beat Milan. I mean, this half of the season, the second half, the Ritorno, we beat Milan, we beat Roma, we tied Inter, and we have a very good opportunity to beat Lazio this Thursday. And we also hold a win against Juventus. So when you said what you said about the big games, I think he does it for the big games. What the determining factor is going to be is the small games around these games. The ones that we had lost earlier in the season, the ones that we don't have an excuse for losing this time around. You know what I mean? We had excuses and they were valid. Now we don't have an excuse. We have to win those games. We have to win all of those games, in my opinion. And with a full squad at our disposal, I think we can do it. It's funny. Quentin says play the kids. Joe and I were talking off the air about
the Real Madrid.
A certain Real Madrid team that played the kids and tied 0-0 and are 3 points back from Atletico Madrid. You want to play the kids? You pay the price, buddy. You pay the price.
Last time Napoli played Lazio, Jerry Mancini says Mertens and Signozzi and more were missing. Much different this time. Yeah, I think. And I remember we had said that the first time Napoli played Inter, it was kind of the same. Well, Insigne was Insigne got the red card. Ozzy was out. Mertens got injured, and I had more faith to. I'm not like 100% impressed with Inter against Napoli. I mean, they did well. Don't get me wrong. They had the post, but I think Napoli could have brought it to him a little bit more. I mean, I don't know. Maybe my opinion gets canceled out because those 2-3 posts, somebody said one would have been called a handball, but I don't know, guys. I'm gonna stick with my guns here. But Joe,
Yeah, well, Inter play a style of game that frustrate you. Like we're all kind of feeling a bit of that frustration, and a lot of teams have, right? You look at their past results, and this again, not to bring up the whole thing about playing boring football again, but that's why people are frustrated when they watch this team because they play a style that's just gonna clog the field up and kill you on the counterattack, and they do it very, very well. One thing with Gattuso that I guess you can say is frustrating for both Napoli fans and Milan fans before that is for some reason when he plays against Inter, he's very conservative. It's almost like he respects them too much. So again, we saw that here where both sides were kind of like you mentioned, Ralph. They're going for it, but not really going for it. A little bit afraid of the other team coming back the other way, and so I can appreciate the frustration for sure.
Yeah. Rafa. We have Quinton out here. He was talking about honorable mention to Meret, guys. How do you feel about his performance today? I mean, it wasn't a whole lot of shots.
No, it wasn't a whole. He didn't have a whole lot to do, really.
Neither goalie
only
did.
One other shot on target.
Yeah,
that he took care of. I'm okay with Meret today. Obviously he's playing for Ospina, who's injured. He's going to play against Lazio. I like the guy. Let's not get it twisted. I like the guy. I like him as a keeper. I like him as our future. I just think that he's not having the greatest of seasons, and part of it is due to him not playing as much. But I feel safer with Ospina back there. As crazy as that sounds, because he gets injured every single game he plays, but I feel a little safer with Ospina back there. No. But he had a fine game. He had a better game than Handanovic did.
That's sure. Somebody was saying, how many times does Handanovic make a mistake like that? I mean, it's very rare. And he killed us last time.
Recently, it's rare. At the beginning of the season, he was making all kinds of mistakes, and they were losing their minds. But he's locked it down. He's found his form in the second half of the season. Meret wasn't his best, but like you guys said, he wasn't tested a whole lot. He made that one play where he did really well to get off his line to win the tackle, but he didn't hold on to it. And I think it was Fabian that came sliding in to clear the ball out on that play. I think I saw in the comments that someone mentioned that maybe he could have intercepted the Hakimi cross that eventually led to the goal. I'd have to go back and look at it.
It was up a little earlier. Let me see if I can find it, but keep going.
Well, that's really it, though. Like you guys said, he wasn't tested a whole lot. I don't think this game really came down to our keeper. Like Rafa said, Handanovic, could have stolen a win for Inter if he didn't bottle that play against Insigne there.
I think Handanovic last game, the game prior Napoli-Inter, was probably super underrated. He might have been the beast of the match of that game.
He was definitely on. He was on his game. He was on his game that day. He was.
At that point, that was his best game of the season. And then I don't know if I can't recall if that was the game that kind of turned it around for him, but certainly from that point on, he's been way better.
Yeah. Usually takes a game like that to
well, at that point, they were out of the Champions League, so I believe.
We're never gonna let it go, Inter. We're never gonna let it go.
It's okay. We know what it's about. Overall, again, I'm happy with today. I'm ready for Thursday. Gonna be a very good game. And we might possibly be wearing those Eagle jerseys again, which is ironic since we're playing against the Eagles of Lazio. So,
I thought it was a parrot for so long, and it was an eagle. Look at that.
Who knows what it is, really? And it's all good because I really did. I'm gonna change my tone, and I think I really enjoyed the visual today. I really did like it. Listen, for what it is, everybody around here is going all up in arms. Oh, tradition. For what it is, it's a fine looking kit. For what it is. It's not meant to be replace the Azzurri. It's not meant to be the home kit. It's not meant to be a permanent thing. It's meant to, sell kits, make a little extra money, make it, put another option out there. You know what I mean? And I really don't care.
I had the same feeling about it as we did at the beginning of the season with the whole Letta in red, where everyone was losing their minds, kind of over analyzing it. And then once you
All up
saw it
in
on the
arms,
pitch, it was like, okay, this is not that bad. I didn't love the
Yeah.
socks. Maybe if the socks were the matching color as the shirt and the shorts, I don't know about that blue color sock, but
Oh, that teal sock.
yeah.
All right.
Someone said that we should have made the shorts teal and the socks black, and I think that's a little too much. I think the all black is really nice.
Yeah.
Something about black Napoli jerseys. I really like them.
I love them. I love them.
What
I love about this one, though, what I really do love about this one, two things I really love is the all black symbol, the all black badge. Love that.
That was
black with white trim.
The black with the white trim.
Right. That's the symbol that the Napoli put up for, Maradona. They changed their symbol to all black with white trim. And then the Coppa Italia badge on the sleeve. That for me, that was badass, dude. Like I remember Milan, I think it was like in 94, 95, wore the Scudetto on the sleeve, which I thought was pretty innovative at the time. But that was pretty cool. I thought it was cool. I don't know. I really
it worked out.
I enjoy it.
It worked out.
I enjoyed it.
It worked out. I changed little by little over the course of the day yesterday, and
you just gotta see it on the pitch. You gotta see it on the pitch with the players.
Yeah,
I agree. The numbers on the back, the numbers the right color. They got it right this time. You know what I mean? The right color numbers. They changed the MSC to white. Let this still in red, but who cares?
Here's the deal. I still wouldn't wear it, but that's only because of my style. However, it did grow on me a little bit. Mm-hmm. I think when John Boccia went into the group, he put all the top team shirts like Roma, Juve, Inter Milan, and then he squeezed our jersey right in there. Once I saw it, I was like, well, if I didn't know any better, I would have guessed right away that that's the Napoli jersey because maybe we got to be the rebels. Maybe we got to be a little bit out the box. I think that's a good thing for the team. I can't complain about that. And hey, if it's good for marketing and we make money, it's good for me. I won't buy it, but if you want to buy it, hey.
A lot of traditionalists are afraid of change, and if you can see all the people who are against these, if you're against these jerseys and you're like taking the stance against them, you're probably over 38, 39, and you're just so into the tradition. Now, I would let the jersey thing go, and I would absolutely jump on the no European Super League train because that to me is just stepping on tradition. Never mind these jerseys that Napoli wear for a week or two. I'm sorry, this European Super League news is terrible, and I think that it's awful for football and it's awful for the game, and that's what we should be worried about. That.
Did you guys see the statement that Wafa released?
I did not.
They basically came out and said they released a statement, I guess, with FIFA and with all the major leagues, basically saying they're going to fight this to the bitter end to not let it happen, and potentially ban players from even competing in international competition if these clubs do that. They're taking a very hard stance on that, which is good to see.
Sure, I mean it means tons of money for the organization, and
I say throw the teams that want to be in this Super League out of their federations and let them play that and that alone. And
isn't that the whole idea though?
No, believe no. See, and a lot of people are posting that that's the idea, but I believe these teams still get to play in their federations. They still get to play their league. So Juve would still be in Serie A. These teams they would just be like not eligible for a Champions League.
So it's just a side Super
It's just
League?
a breakaway Super League where midweek they're playing in this separate league. And you play Real Madrid twice, you play Barcelona twice, you play Manchester United twice, you play whatever, and it's just, Neville's right. They should be punished right away. And and Agnelli's at the spearhead, go figure that one. But this is it's terrible. It would be terrible for those 12 clubs to do that, and then basically like lessen the value of the leagues, because Napoli win a Scudetto without Juventus in it. What is
or
that
Milan
really mean? What does that really mean? It's it's demeaning and demoralizing for the sport, if you ask me.
Well, I think that's something, guys.
And you get
that maybe
6
we should
English
revisit.
clubs, not for nothing. It'll be 6 English. So 12 of the clubs that have agreed, 6 of them are English. It's like, who do they think they are?
Right.
Who do they think they are?
Just say.
You even have what's his name? Manchester manager, legendary Manchester manager. What's his name? Sir Alex Ferguson coming out saying that this would be terrible. He urges England not to participate. You know, if you own a Fiat Chrysler Jeep, I'm friendly. Listen, my fiance owns a Jeep, but it's a 2011. All right, let's slow down. It's an 11. It's an 11. It's before Fiat took over, so chill. All right, it is white with black trim, but that's okay. Chill. She's not a Juventina. I promise you.
Good. Guys,
but yeah, it's all about the cash, right? That's why there would be 6 English clubs, because this is just make the rich richer, which means make the not so rich poorer, which is what everybody else wants us to happen. It's terrible for everyone.
Well, guys, I think our show's coming to an end here. Buy a Toyota. My dad has a Jeep, drives like a Ferrari. Kind of Jeep is that, man? Is that Jeep turbocharged? Like,
yeah, right. Drives like a Ferrari.
How about we get a big Forza Napoli in the chat? Let's get that going. I want to blast the wall, guys. Let's get a big Forza Napoli sempre, because you know what? At the end of the day, we love our team. It was 1-1. We're still in the race. Really nothing to be too upset about or anything like that. Whatever. Maybe you didn't like it too much. Maybe you like some. It's all good. Leave it in the comments. Let us know what you think, or come on Twitter. Joe, thank you so much. This is our first official pregame, halftime, postgame kind of thing. It was kind of cool. We had a lot of fun. I hope everybody else did. Maybe we'll do this a little bit more often. But we'll try. We'll try, man. Hard work. This is hard work, guys.
It is. Yeah. Time consuming, but you know what? It's good. It's good to give people another option. I realized that today the game was televised all over the place, all around the world, and ESPN did very elaborate work on a pre-match, halftime, and post-match, like they always do for the 2:45 matches on Sunday. But if you guys want more of this, we'll work on it. We can try it again at some point. But this was a lot of fun. I liked it. I really did.
All right, guys, here we go. Thank you so much. Jerry Mancini, Forza Lazio is not coming on this wall. But thank you so much.
Philip Leiter.
SSC
Napoli, Minnesota.
Recently
really
joined
cool. Minnesota. Minneapolis.
All right, guys. Well, that's a wrap. Until then, Forza Napoli sempre. Thank you again, Raff. Thank you again, Joe. It's been a pleasure. Great show. We'll see you again soon. All right. Ciao.
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 Wrong one.